Hey, y'all ever retaliate on a teacher before? You know, growing up you're told to always listen to your teacher, but look, everybody can be wrong. For some reason I always found myself beefing with teachers. I don't know if it was because I always felt like school was some BS, but me and teachers have just never got along. I mean, I can count on one hand how many actual good teachers I've had in my lifetime. I mean, some of you teachers just asking to not be respected. I once had an obese PE teacher. I mean, how can you be built like Eric Cartman and tell me to run the mile under 8 minutes? Why don't you run it with us and see how that goes? But this story didn't happen in PE. It actually started when I was in the 8th grade in math class. And if you guys seen any of my previous videos, you guys know I am hopeless at math. Matter of fact, check out my song F Calculus after this video while I bury calculus with my bars. So anyways, I had a big math test coming up and my grade in this class was declining bad because I pretty much bombed every test, but my parents had recently threatened to take away my video games if I flunked another class, so I had to pass this test. So I studied all night and was sweating over those numbers because I was determined to pass because nigga, I for sure wanted to play Call of Duty all summer with the homies. Now fast forward to test day. I'm walking into class confident as ever, like yeah, I'm about to pass this test and ain't nobody finna stop me. Already looking forward to all the Call of Duty sessions with the homies this summer. So we passes the test out. I'm looking at the test like yeah, I got this. But one thing I forgot to tell y'all, I'm what they call a slow test taker, especially when it comes to math. I gotta take my time. And so I start taking this test and I'm going in, and as time is passing, I'm looking around and pretty much everybody done left the class, man. They're pretty much done and finished with the test. And I only pretty much had like a couple questions left. And the bell rings and the teacher walks up to me and says, "Time's up." And so I look at the teacher and I'm like, okay, but can I just have a few more minutes, please? "I'm sorry, but your time is up." And I'm thinking like, who this nigga talking to? And so I'm like, I really can't finish the test? And he's like, "No, you can't. I gave you the class time and you failed to finish it on time." So I give the my test and leave. Alright, so the next day comes and the teacher tells us he's graded the test from yesterday, so I'm thinking like I better have passed this test even though the teacher took my test before I could even finish. So he starts passing out the test and I get mine and I couldn't believe my eyes, bro. I got a D. And I'm like, dude, if I could have finished, I could have got at least a B. Like seriously, I did the calculations. So at this point, I'm furious. I get up, crumble my test up, and throw it on the floor and walk out the door like the 8th grade savage I was. And so I'm chilling by the playground until the bell rings, and when it did, the students come out and one of the students came up to me to give me my uncrumbled test. And he said the teacher told me to give this to you. And I told the kid I'm not taking it back, so you'll just have to go ahead and give it back to the teacher. Okay. So later my parents come to pick me up and we're headed home and I'm still furious AF because I'm thinking like, this dude ruined my stuff. Like my parents gonna see that I didn't pass math and they gonna take my video games. Man, this nigga gotta pay for what he's done. "Son, everything okay back there? You haven't said a word since you got in the car." "Oh yeah, everything's just fine, Dad. Just tired from playing soccer." "This nigga finna feel my wrath. Oh yeah, I'ma get him good. You think you gonna be a factor that takes my video games away? You ain't no factor. Yeah, you ain't no factor." So we finally get back to the house and I immediately hop on my computer and start writing him an email. And I'm going off and saying stuff like, "It's all your fault. You ruined it for me. You're a terrible teacher. You suck and you know it." You know, regular 8th grader insults. And yeah, I pressed that send button and I felt better than ever. Like, yeah, this nigga done got what he deserved. So class comes the next day and I'm walking in chest held high, knowing last night I done bossed up on my teacher. And so I'm walking in and bruh, this nigga is standing there posted up with the email printed out in his hand. And he says, "Were you the one who sent me this email?" Yes? Well, come to my office so we can have a little chat. So we walk in his office and he's reading the email to me. And all I can think about is this nigga really printed the email out and had me looking dumb in front of the class. I mean, I should have thought this through. Like, of course bro gonna print out the email. But you know, I didn't know any better in my little 8th grade mind. And this is just a perfect example of why you don't act off impulse, cause it can get you in situations like this. Now this man is lecturing me about how I shouldn't be sending teachers angry emails and whatever the heck else I wasn't listening to. My young mind was just stuck on the fact that I may not be able to play Call of Duty this summer. That's all I was thinking about. So after he lectures me, we finally start class and I'm chilling in my seat and my friends just swarming me, asking me, bro, what'd you write in the email? And like the idiot I was, I told them everything. Bro, I just told him he ruined it for me because I needed to pass the test so I wouldn't get my video games took. No way, you ruined it for me. Yo, bro, shut up with that. I'm sorry, bro. That's just too hilarious. No way you sent him that. Man, I was so flabbergasted by the situation. I'm not even realizing I'm telling what I said to probably the most menaced kid at my school. Let's just call him Hector. Now, Hector was a good friend of mine, but he was always playing class clown and pretty much the definition of no chill. But not gonna lie, I was kind of a bad kid too, so I liked him. I can't even tell you guys to list some of the pranks this kid would pull because it would make the video just too long. But just to give you a glimpse, I would show up to school and somehow my backpack would go missing just for me to find it just sitting in the trash can. Yeah, I knew it was Hector, and he would literally just pull these pranks to piss people off. And not even gonna lie, part of me actually thought it was funny sometimes, but sometimes he would take it too far. Like with this situation, you bet he never forgot, and throughout the entire year would just yell out in class with the same teacher, "You ruined it for me," just to randomly remind the teacher of what I sent him and have the class laugh. Yeah, so takeaway, don't send your teacher angry emails. Trust me, I had to learn the hard way. Okay class, today we'll be working on... You ruined it for me. You ruined it. Okay class, calm down. It's not that funny. Hey, I said calm down and pay attention. I'm trying to teach here. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If y'all enjoyed this story, drop a like and make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.